Hey there! It's Financial Awareness Month, and we're talking about three mistakes many financial advisors make. And not only do they make these three mistakes, but these three mistakes make their revenue fluctuate. Mm, we started to rhyme real early up front. Well, welcome to therapy. We have a lot to talk about today. I'm going to give you three right now, but there are more. I'm sorry. Did that hurt your feelings? There are more, but we're just going to talk about the top three. The top three mistakes that many financial professionals, let's just say, because not everybody is a financial advisor, but I'm going to say financial advisors make. And right up front, I want to say that I have a free community and you could join it. And if you like this video, well, you could actually like this video, right? You can tell YouTube that you like this video if you listen all the way to the end. And then you can subscribe to this YouTube channel and we can have more fun together. But let's get into what we want to talk about today. I am Kanae Corder, National Certified Counselor, specializing in financial therapy. And one of the things that I do really well is I train financial advisors and mental health professionals on how to add financial therapy to their existing approach. So, you're probably already doing some things really well, but what might be happening, I talked about this yesterday, is that your clients aren't sticking to the plans that you create for them. As I noticed this as a financial advisor, I noticed this as a therapist, but I learned a tool that cleared all of that up for me. So, as a therapist, I do not deal with resistance. Now, resistance is part of the process. So I will teach you in the program, even in the free program, how to handle resistance and to know the difference, whether it's part of the program, part of the process, or if this is the kind of resistance you need to work through, help them work through. But right now, you don't have emotional mastery over yourself. So you can't have emotional mastery over your clients. And you can't teach them how to have emotional mastery over themselves. You see, there's three layers there's you, and then there's the relationship, and then there's them. And the two of you have to get emotional mastery in order for the relationship to work, just like any relationship. But the relationship you have with your clients is a really important relationship, and you can't overlook that. So, but I want to make sure that you understand that there is one thing. I'm making a little correction. I saw a typo, and I know the typo police will get on me. And so, before you even get on me, I already got on myself. So, what I know for sure is that when your clients are emotional, you become emotional, which makes you do things that you probably didn't want to do. And that's why you need, in order to master your money, you're going to have to master your emotions. In order for you to master your clients' money, they are going to have to master their emotions. So let's talk more about that because there are three mistakes many financial advisors make, and these are emotional mistakes. They don't know they're emotional mistakes, but they are. And so I'm going to point them out to you. I want to talk about them more deeply because when you make these mistakes, you make your money fluctuate. And if your money is fluctuating, you're not happy. You're not living your idea of prosperity. And yeah, you don't love your business, but you need to love your business because you're going to be in it for a while. And in order to live the prosperous life, loving your business is part of it. Now, in the old days, you didn't have to love your job, you didn't have to love your business, you just did it because that's what it was about. But it is not about that anymore. It's meaning over money, and it needs to mean something to you. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And the first thing I want to talk about is the top three mistakes many financial advisors make. And the first one is changing prices and fee structure often. Why do you do this? Do you do this? Have you done this? Or maybe you got over this. Maybe it's still there a little bit and you're itching to change your fee structure. Maybe you're 1%, then you went to 1.5, and then you're like, oh, I better drop it back down to 1. And then the industry told you, people get upset when financial advisors make money. I don't know why that is, but they do. And you need to have you need to take a stance, and you need to have a script, so to speak. You need to have a response to that when they say, "Oh, why should I pay you when I could do this for myself?" You could do this for yourself, but just because you can doesn't mean you should. Because you didn't study, I don't see, only person with a Series 7 around here is me. I'm not. You're not gonna say that part to them, but I'm just saying you need to have that confidence so that you can say that, because part of the reason why you are changing your pricing is because you're not confident about that pricing, because maybe the industry has told you that you shouldn't be charging fees, or maybe you charged or I should say a commission, and maybe you charge upfront fees and you don't really know what that fee should be. Earlier this week on Tuesday, we did a whole class on pricing, and it'll come around again. You'll be able to take it. So if you jump into the community, we'll be talking next week. We'll be talking about community and how to build your community, because the second reason why you're changing your pricing is because your clients don't trust you, or they might be prospects and you're trying to get them to trust you. So you move that fee around to find a way how to get them to trust you. And sometimes you move it too low and they don't even trust you because your price is too low. You cannot win, right? All these emotions. So you have to stick, you have to find the right price, and you have to stick to it. And it could be a combination of things. It may not be and it may not be with what your mentor was doing when they started their practice 20 years ago or 30 years ago. When I was at Morgan Stanley, most of the advisors around me have been in business as long as I have been alive, right? I'm like, wow. But they were still very gracious, and they taught me a lot, and they were open to what I could teach, because this is what a smart man does. And I say man, there were also women there, but a lot of my partners were men. But smart men listen to young people. And I was a youngster at the time. I think I still am, aside from this gray hair. I like to call myself a young lady. And so I was a youngster at the time, but I came in with knowledge that they didn't have, and they were open to that. And a lot of the Morgan Stanley financial advisors did not do financial planning, but because I came from Ameriprise, where it's based on financial planning, and at the time, Morgan Stanley was getting open to that, so they were willing to listen to me, and I taught a lot of them how to do financial planning. Now, some of them didn't even want to learn how to do financial planning, which was awesome, because then they would partner with me and I would do the financial plan for their client, which allowed me to make money and them to make money and to make that client sticky. But this is not about why you should do financial planning or not. This is about how to get your clients to stick with you, to trust you, and to pay the amount that you charge because it's the right fee. And why is it the right fee? Not because you know your value, you know your worth. Get that out of here. That is some BS. You don't know your worth if you are equating it with a dollar sign. It is because your service is valuable. Yes, you are valuable too, but it really is about your service. So don't put a dollar amount to you. Please don't do that. You're worth more than that. I'll talk to you about that next time you come to my class. And if that is something that is keeping you up at night, your value, your worth, then we need to talk. We might need to do a private session. But in the meantime, just jump into the group. I'll tell you how to do that in just a second. But just so you know, there is a link in the description of this video, so you can click on it and join as soon as you like right now. And then come on back to this video. You can leave this video playing. You don't have to see my face. Everything I'm saying is important. It's the words that come out of my mouth, but as you can see, there are no slides. So go ahead and click the link and just start putting in your name and your email address and all of that good stuff. So the first mistake, change pricing and fee structure. You changed. How often did you change? What did it take for you to settle on a price? Have you done that yet? Are you still trying to figure that out? Or do you change it every year or every 6 months or with every client? Oh my goodness, we have got to get you the right pricing. Okay. So if you haven't done that yet, that's something we need to work on. And then let's move on to number 2. This is a big one. Big mistake. You won't narrow your niche. Why not? So many financial advisors do not want to narrow their niche because they think they're going to leave too much money on the table, because they think they're going to, somehow alienate somebody. But guess what? I'm going to give you this because I need you to have this. This is for free, but don't say I never gave you anything. The reason why you narrow your niche, the number one reason, there are a couple of reasons, but this is the number one reason. I'm going to tell you number 2 too, because it's really important. But the number one reason why you narrow your niche is so that you know where to spend your marketing dollars. That's it. That's all. Keep it simple. Where do you spend your marketing dollars? Because if you don't know where to spend your marketing dollars, then you're going to have to spread it too thin, spread it all over the place, and it's not going to be effective. And if you try to talk to everybody, you're talking to nobody. You probably heard that statement before, but I needed to remind you of that. So let me tell you, give me 5 more minutes and I'm about to blow your mind. All right. So you don't want to narrow your niche. And that is a big mistake because the moment you narrow your niche, here's number two reason: everybody will know what you do and they know who to refer to you. What? I can get more referrals? Yes. Which means you make more money. And let me tell you, referrals have an 80% chance of converting. So those are the ones you want. You don't want cold people, cold traffic to your website or whatever. You know how hard it is to convert that person. You have like a 10 or 12, maybe as high as 20 if you're lucky, if you're doing a lot of marketing like I do, then you might have a 20% chance of converting them. But when they're a referral, it's 80%. And only way people can refer you is if they know exactly how to explain what you do. And the way that they know how to explain what you do is because you narrow your niche. But there's a couple more reasons why you narrow your niche. Also, there's some emotions you need to get over in order to narrow your niche. So if you jump into the group, I'm going to teach you how to do that. And we're not talking about that next week. Next week is community. The week after next, we will be talking about narrowing your niche. So be in the group. Click the link right now. And then I'm going to move on to number 3, because this is important, not just to me, but to you as well. And that is, you have different certifications, right? This is a mistake. You have too many. Again, going back, nobody knows who to refer to you because they don't know what you do. Are you certified divorce? Are you certified for women? Are you business owners? Are you certified for doctors? You got all these certifications. You have the CFP, the DCD, and the LMNOP. Is like so many letters, and I'm confused. And guess what? Your clients don't know what any of those letters mean. Those prospects, they're like, okay, what does that mean? And yeah, maybe they saw a commercial that said they should find a CFP, and you're like, well, I better get that, otherwise people won't trust me. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Now, I'm not telling you not to get a CFP, because if that's what you need in order to narrow your niche and to really define who you are and to help people understand what you do, then get your CFP. But then don't get the LMNOP, FG, CD, XYZ either. Stop at the, okay, do I need to keep going? No, you got it. Okay, good. Glad we had this conversation. So those are the top 3 mistakes. But let me tell you why these are the top 3 mistakes. Because of emotion. You have got to master your emotion. And that is what financial therapy is all about. It is about mastering your money by mastering your emotions. And when you get in the financial therapy challenge, which is the community that I've built, and it's open to financial advisors and mental health professionals, where we come together, we take back our industries, first of all. Second of all, we pour into each other, because if you're having a challenge, there's somebody in the community that can help you. And then I am there to guide you on mastering your emotions so that you can get to your next level of financial success, and you can pass this information on to your clients and help them get to their next level of success. Because when they get to their next level of success, you get to yours just like that. But let me break something down to you real quick. Number 1, the emotion that you're feeling when you don't change, when you keep changing your prices, when you don't stick to a price, when you don't feel comfortable or confident with your price, is confusion. That's the number 1. Now, there's a little bit of a acceptance emotion, like you want to be accepted. So you're trying to find the price that will get you accepted. That happens too. But a lot of it is confusion. I know you've heard people say, oh, you don't know your worth. BS. That is not true. You know your worth. You just don't know how to articulate it maybe, but mostly you're just confused because there's a lot of information out there and you're not really sure how to price yourself based on that. But also you're confused because of the second part. You don't have a niche. And so to some people, you'll sound expensive, and to other people, you'll sound like you are cheap, right? But Tiffany's, they have a niche. They make silver bracelets, but so does the lady on Etsy. But she's not selling her bracelet for $200 like Tiffany's is. And the silver is come from the same place. So tell me why Tiffany's bracelet is $200 and why the lady on Etsy's bracelet is $20. Different target markets. That's why. So, number two, you have got to get past your fear of making a mistake, because that's why. Now, this whole thing is about mistakes you're making, and you have a fear of making a mistake. Oh, shoot, I probably triggered you. Sorry. But if you in my group, then you would have mastery over your emotions, and that little trigger would have got cleared up real quick. So click the link and get into the group. Also, go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel because we can have some more fun. Now, when you're on this YouTube channel, it's me having more fun than you, and you're probably having some fun, but you have even more fun when you get in the community because you get to clap back at me if you need to, but because I know I'm coming at you. So if you want to come back, you got to get in the group. What? Because I can't hear you. What you say? Stop. I know you're like, why is she so silly? Because for talking about finances, there could be some heavy, serious, boring stuff. And talking about therapy, same thing. Serious, heavy, boring stuff. So you got to bring some light to it, some fun to it. You got to, zhuzh it up, as my boyfriend says. 3, not good enough. This is what you're feeling when you take on all these certifications. 2 more minutes. Give me 2 more minutes and then we're out. You have got to get over that feeling of not feeling good enough. That's exactly what I'm going to give you in the Financial Therapy Challenge. Now, you can get a one-on-one with me if you don't want to do all of this in the group, or you can upgrade even more, and you and I can work together over a couple of months, and we can work through your emotions, but also we can tweak your business approach a little bit. And if you really if you and I are really getting along and you're like, you know what, everybody at my practice needs to meet you, then we can talk about what that would look like too. But overall, I want you to look at these 3 emotions: the confusion, the fear of making a mistake, and the not feeling good enough. And I just want you to think about when was the last time you felt these emotions, and what did you do about them? Did you have a solution? Because if you did not, I can help you with that. You can join the class. And it's real easy because all you have to do is go to www, because if you don't put the W there, you're going to go somewhere else, or you're just not going to go anywhere, which is not good, right? Don't you just hate not going anywhere? So if you want to go to this website, I need you to put www. Feels kind of 90s, I know, but I don't know what happened, but technology has its own brain, and I don't mess with technology. So I just do what it tells me to do. And it told me to tell you to put www. So make sure you do. And I've said it like 3 or 4 times. So now you know, or you could just click on the link in the description because that makes it really easy. And I like easy. You like easy and simple. I like both easy and simple. And that's what I give you: how to make business easy and simple and logical. Very important. Get those emotions out of here. Nobody care about your emotions. Did I just say that out loud? I'm just telling you because they don't. So your emotions are getting in the way. It's blocking your money, your blessings, your connections. Oh my God, I knew I could get another rhyme out of there. And it was an approximate rhyme. It wasn't exactly a rhyme, but yeah, it was good. So 8 weeks of free financial therapy, weekly discussions. You can ask me anything about emotional mastery, money mastery, business strategies, whatever, even my story. I'm kind of an open book. Well, the book is closed unless you ask me questions, and then I open it and then I share. So I can tell you what I learned as a financial advisor. I can tell you what I've learned as a therapist and how to blend those 2 together, because let me tell you, takes your life to a whole nother level. You can start living your idea of prosperity like I am. And here's your field work. There's one thing that I want you to do besides click the links. I told you a lot of things, right? I want you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I want you to think about the emotions you've been feeling. I want you to, subscribe to the community. But there's one more thing I want you to do. And I think that you will appreciate this. Don't you take another certification, not another one. Whatever you were thinking about taking, and I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you already have 2 or 3 letters behind your name, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Promise me, and then say thank you in the comments, okay? You're welcome. So glad we had this conversation. Don't do it. I'm telling you. But what I do want you to do before I go, I said 2 more minutes and I got like 10 seconds. Join my community. Let's do this financial challenge together because I know you need it. And if I'm honest, I need you too. I need you too because the journey to the top is lonely. They say it's lonely at the top. It's actually not that lonely at the top. Once you get up there, there's some really cool people up there. And then there's some not so cool people, but we don't hang out with them. We only hang out with the cool ones. But the journey to the top could really be lonely. And I'm still on that journey because I have a mission. And I share my mission with you when you get in the community. It's not that important that I share it right here because you don't care. Unless you get in the community, then you do care because you and I be working together closely and successfully. And we care about each other. So you get in the community, I will see you sooner, which is tomorrow, because I'm going live every day for Financial Awareness Month. It's really called Financial Literacy, but financial awareness, because you're already literate. I mean, hey, you got access to millions, millions and millions and millions of dollars. So you're literate. But you might not be aware. I'm specifically aware of the emotions, even more specifically, the negative emotions, and I want to make you aware of them. I am dedicated to doing that. So I will see you tomorrow. Yes. Awesome. Looking